I just need to check a couple things. Also, I want to think about where else I might be sharing this. Yeah, seems like a cheer on blue sky, but I don't want to really bother with that at the moment. Um, all right, that is fine. I think all settings are in order. Uh, Playing on veteran. Veteran is like I generally gravitate towards the hard, like the sort of middle hard mode, because I know legend is kind of insane, and commander. But like veteran is apparently has always seemed difficult enough for me. I know what that particularly says about me, but uh, because the game's super modded, um, and because I do very light sort of save scum stuff. If I ever like make a mistake, if I like make a mistake based on even like the information I have at the time of making it, so if like there was just like a better order of operations and oh wow, my mic is speaking a little bit still. If there's like a better order of operations and I notice that fact pretty much immediately, I will sometimes load the start of turn autosave and things. Uh, yeah, that and also there's modding, there's crashing, sort of normal concerns. I'm gonna not do Iron Man. Listen, Vanden is and then integrated downloadable content. And it's gonna lag out a bit, because it's loading quite a lot. This is fine. It should be anyway. We're gonna skip the openers because they genuinely make no fucking sense if you aren't running with the tutorial, if you aren't using the tutorial. We won't be really skipping cutscenes, even though they do still reference stuff that happens in the tutorial. Very kind of strange part of how this game is structured, not gonna lie.
The aliens have had long enough to establish their peaceful enclaves within the city centers. It's time we move in and show them the fight isn't over yet.
See, like, this is actually completely irrelevant to, like, what the mod does to Gatecrasher, even.
Move to secure the target site and eliminate any hostile contacts in the area.
He is very quiet, but I think there's a mod doing that. Again, I'm running with a pre-built collection. I don't mind it. You can read it if you need to.
Menace 1-5, we have a confirmed location for the VIP. Move to rendezvous. Eliminate all hostile contacts. On s'active dans l'ombre.
So yeah, the opener mission is reworked.
Quickly. Up ahead.
Into this sort of thing about...
Reapers are born in the shadows, in the cold, harsh world that was waiting for us out there. We rely on stealth and long-range attacks.
I might still turn master volume up a
and our
bit.
marksmen are unmatched by even the best XCOM has to offer.
Okay, Reapers use an advanced form of concealment called Shadow Meld, which builds up over time, granting more powerful bonuses and effects as the Reaper accumulates shadow stacks, their focus mechanic. While concealed, Reapers gain increased critical hit chance and a reduced detection radius based on their current shadow stacks, but killing shots from concealment will consume shadow stacks to keep the Reaper from being revealed. Okay.
Вперед, в бой. Going.
Position bestätigt.
Direkt!
Okay, nothing really is nothing's actually cut like over here really, so
Yes.
I bring a couple of guys down here, including the Proxane, who is another kind of modded dude.
This territory is still under dispute.
This sort of a robot hero class.
Bien reçu, je bouge.
Will do.
Not on the timer, so we can we're on the timer, so we have the luxury of setting up this ambush to our preference. I think I will have you throw the nade. Don't have a firing angle, so you go down here with these guys. did say I was gonna... Hot master volume up 1.
I am sure.
Tout de suite.
It's like loud. A little bit anyway.
हम सामंजस्य में हैं।
Running! On the move!
Oh, there. Literally putting it back to where it was, but that's fine.
Охотник лежит в засаде и ждет. И ждет.
This looks like a good place.
I'll be keeping them away from here.
That's everyone. Wait. Okay, this is I'm a dumbass and should have made sure that the nade actually works. Very specific angle where it kind of does. Let's
Sie haben uns entdeckt! Copy 9.
Meld.
I have never seen this before. What the fuck is this?
Il se replie! En avant!
Okay, I've known it to have glitches, but that's very funny.
Geht klar.
Okay, so who's got Overwatch?
Принято. Как утки. Это мне? Я безупречна.
Yeah, I got it.
Just play around with volume a little bit higher.
Oui.
Biete Feuerschutz!
That'll get rid of its cover and... Actually... Cutscene is very armored. Let's have that.
We tire of your insignificant defiance.
C'est faisable. Et 1, et 2, et 3.
Fuck.
Beaucoup trop large.
I will follow my path. Align our attack.
And those demolitionists, I believe, have frag grenades, but I think the I think even with that in mind, the sectoid is still the priority target there.
Bevel wordt uitgevoerd.
All right, I'll go. Too fast for you. Something over
Okay,
here.
that's good.
There you go.
Il perd du terrain.
Das war nichts.
Moving. Now this is better.
Roger that. Yeah, it's here.
Подтверждаю.
Kein Problem. Feuerschutz.
I'm going here.
Choose a target to attack.
Pas de soucis, chef.
Is it worth just kind of taking a pot
Je
shot
suis
at
le
him?
boss des boss.
I would say
J'aime pas ça du tout.
yes. I'd just rather deal with the problem if
Люблю
possible.
оттачивать свои навыки. Еще жив проклятие.
Ja. Ah,
Direct.
That's a grenade target. I would not have done that. No, what am I doing?
Bewaken.
No, I guess we keep this stealth.
nicht gut.
That's about what you can expect from those Overwatchers, I think.
For tactics disgraces the Brotherhood.
I'm ready. Reinforce our defenses.
We're green to go. Affirmative. Covering now.
Повторим. Я на защите.
My trigger finger is getting tired.
It is funny, so I will do it.
I'll hold this spot.
New terrain discovered.
Ouais, j'y vais. En avant le massacre.
It begins.
So muss das sein.
Well, that worked out. I probably can't take credit for any of that. I was just very lucky, but
Хватит ждать, пора в бой. Я стреляю без промаха.
probably just barely worth it.
Представление начинается.
I know it was a bad move, and I don't think I'm going to be punished for it. But you're good, man.
Relocating to new frontline position.
Je dois pouvoir faire ça. Scan en cours.
Oh, that was it, I guess. So
Got it. Moving.
just move a couple people in, and
Push forward.
that'll do that.
Everything by the numbers. Mission accomplished.
Probably not a significant enough mission to take a photo. And forgive me for loading screen audio.
We must never allow these dissidents to fill our hearts with fear. Their victory today is a minor footnote in history. A small bump on the path of salvation the elders have set forth for us.
As long as there's even one Reaper left standing, you can bet they're still in the fight. Finger on the trigger.
Now that we have more staff on the engineering team, we can start clearing out space for new facilities, Commander. We should keep looking for more recruits, though. We'll need them to staff the facilities once they're built.
Thank you for sending additional support staff to assist me, Commander. I will make sure they are put to good use.
Commander, combat against the aliens day in and day out is no easy task, and eventually the stress takes its toll in various ways. We'll need to keep an eye on each soldier to manage their traits.
Okay. I'm sorry, I said I shouldn't be
going on. We've
fucking shut
never
up for a
really had
second.
time to consider the possibility, but I have to believe Valen is still out there somewhere. She wasn't the type to let the collapse of XCOM stop her research.
Welcome to Covert Infiltration. As you progress, you'll be greeted with tutorial paths to explain the changes this mod makes. Take your time to read them carefully. They explain all the major aspects you need to know to effectively make decisions. If you want to review the tutorials later, you can always find them in the XCOM archives and commander's quarters. If you want to, you can disable the tutorials in the MCM. In that case, you can still find them in the archives, where all of them will be unlocked irrespective of where you are in the campaign. Tutorials will not adapt if you edit any of the strategy overhauls mod's core values in the configuration files. If you have made any minor changes to removals to suit your personal taste, tutorials may be inaccurate. I know that there was some there's some any editing stuff in the sort of collection.
Commander, to the research labs.
Impressive, isn't it? Capable of generating immense power, yet completely harmless to human life. If only the same could be said for the rest of the aliens' technology, Commander. Dr. Richard Tigan, Chief Science Officer. I am responsible for the entirety of our research here, as well as the procedure you so recently underwent. Welcome to my lab, such as it is. I'm not sure what Central may have told you, but we found something while removing you from the alien stasis suit. A device implanted directly in your occipital lobe. Had I access to the equipment available to me during my tenure at Advent, I would already know the precise nature of its function. However, given time and your approval, of course, Commander, I assure you, I will find out. Which brings to light an additional point. Though aspects of this facility are indeed impressive, I am but one man. Were you to direct additional support personnel and resources to me, I could substantially improve the speed of all our research. Farewell, Commander.
More references to stuff that happens in the tutorial. I don't... especially get the sort of structure of this, but that's fine. I just think what we'll need to do is, well, I don't know what the fuck I'm going on about. Modular weapons are definitely where we start. Magnetic rifles used by Advent's forces are incredibly complex weapons. The rifles themselves self-destruct when their original operator dies. With little effort, we might be able to use any recovered parts to improve our soldiers' own weapons. It's only 2 days research. By the way, I have like...
I do find that area of research to be among the more intriguing options available. We'll begin work immediately. I'll send... Without access to refined fossil fuels, power is difficult to come by outside the cities. Even among the staunchest of anti-alien dissidents, recovered Advent equipment is highly coveted.
Okay, reworked your repulsors with some of the parts I salvaged from their old engine. Should fix that stabilization problem you had. Come on, Rover. It'll work. Commander! Getting our tech to talk to theirs is harder than you'd think. Lily Shen, Chief Engineer, at your service. You were probably expecting to see my father. In all that's happened, I'm guessing Central didn't tell you yet. He's gone. Dad gave everything he had to get us this far. This entire ship is his life's work. I know he would have loved to show you.
Oh, fuck, whoops. Nothing crucial was lost there.
I've had a chance to take a closer look at some of the Advent weapons recovered from the field. The alloy used in their frames is significantly lighter, making them more suited to the human form. I'm guessing it's the same material we've seen them using all over the colonies, but they'd have to be producing it from something here on Earth. They seem to have an endless supply of this stuff.
View soldiers. I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss this guy because I don't like that we start with a non-human.
Incoming transmission.
Huang, I say let's I want to look at the biography generated for him. The son of a mid-level Advent official, Thong was forbidden by his overprotective father from joining the resistance. Instead, he joined his father at work and secretly took on the role of a blind agent, anonymously leaking sensitive information on unsecured network for years. For all that ended when Advent shot his father for treason, wrongly identifying him as the culprit. Plagued by guilt, the only life Thong is willing to risk these days is his own. Thong has a quiet, shy demeanor around others, and a killer death metal music collection. As you do, man. Put it like that. And, sounds very support medic to me. I'm just curious. We can read that later. I was wondering if they had unique bios. They don't seem to. Oh, wait. Okay. As a mercenary and once a leader of the now defunct international crime syndicate known as Black Dragon, Kyra rises beyond the level of mere brutality and aggression, and also being sly and cunning. Originally from India, one of the more notable features of Kyra is her facetious and twisted sense of humor, almost always making light of most circumstances. She combines the essence of a cowardly minion, a lone survivor, a crazy madwoman, and a ruthless squad leader. Her actions have made her the arch enemy of the local Advent administration, who has developed an obsession over finding and bringing Kira to justice. Some of these bios that the mod ads are a little bit elaborate for my liking, but that's generally fine. It's gunslinger enough to me. Same fucking bio, huh? Let's randomize it. When the Avenger veterans speak of Roland, they say only one thing. If you woke up this morning, it was because Roland decided not to kill you. Over the years, Roland worked for his former government as an assassin, kidnapper, and terrorist. The disgust at England's capitulation eventually led him to join the global resistance movement. Most of the folks on the Avenger have feelings ranging from mostly fearful to mortally terrified when they see the intimidating man around the Avenger halls. Guess we'll go Marine, closest thing. On Yael Hamel, I believe. I'm usually pretty good at at least phonetically, but this is a kind of eluding me. Born into a wealthy Advent loyalist family, Angael had an idyllic childhood, but after witnessing her parents' violent murder at the hands of an Archon, Gael, whatever, dedicated her life to ending the alien occupation. She circled the globe for years, training her mental and physical abilities while spending away her vast inheritance supporting the resistance. With the rise of the Avengers, she is asked to join our operatives directly. Though able to communicate by voice during missions, Angel actually prefers tactical silence of sign language and is taught to several of her squad members. I see. Marksman sounds about right. Ava Maria is clear-headed, careful, and always keeping a watch on what everyone around her is doing. Yet when the need arises, she is a beast on the battlefield with the attitude and ferocity of a lioness, and scrupulously pursues the acquisition of the most advanced alien technology to improve both her personal and team's effectiveness. Rumor has it that Ava Maria is responsible for the Advent governor of Germany's disfigurement, which is why the individual wears a metal plate over a portion of their face in public. Can be a sapper, I think. And then what about this Dutch dude? Dutch dude with the sunglasses. Let's see what you've got. In truth, Joab.
There's been plenty of gripes about my flying, but I don't see anybody else stepping up, other than the autopilot.
In truth, Joab never wanted to fight, but the love of his life did. For a few years in that resistance camp, Joab, a lot of names because of this mod, admits they were happy, living free and fighting hard. It couldn't last. Eventually his partner was killed and his world broke down. Bradford found him drinking in a bar in the middle of nowhere, trying to forget everything. After a fuzzy evening, one of them carried the other back to the ship, and he's been with us ever since. Kind of like him as another medic, really. Carolina grew up on a farm in Brazil with her grandparents. She joined the resistance when she was forced to flee her home after killing 2 Advent troopers with an axe to stop them taking her younger brother to a re-education center. The nurturing type, Carolina has always taken several of our rookies under her wing, looking after them in the field and teaching them new skills off duty. I like that. I guess normal, and it's not quite a fit, but go with the soul infantry. Yeah. And that is everyone needed the promo.
Incoming transmission.
I'm gonna briefly use the restroom. To get the avatar all sorted after that, and then I don't know, I'm feeling back in a bit. I think we're back.
Incoming
Commander, good to see you on your feet again. Welcome to the bridge, the nerve center of our operation. The aliens have our entire world in their grip. Advent controls everything. Government, communications, industry, not to mention the military. And it's on us to take it all back. Resources and time are tight, Commander. It'll be up to you to decide how to best use both. The ship is yours.
You know what I think I'm gonna do? Actually, no, that can be an after-stream thing. In covert infiltration, most activities are launched through the covert ops menu. You can deploy as many soldiers as you have available and as many activities as you want. Be careful how many you commit. New missions will appear throughout the month, and Advent retaliation strikes can happen without warning. To get started, click the covert ops label at the bottom of the screen. Sometimes you won't have enough soldiers to complete every available mission. There is no strategic penalty for skipping missions, however, except for retaliation missions and Avenger defense missions. Our information on Advent's operations is currently quite limited. Expanding the Resistance network will increase the number of missions that we discover each month. Once we gain the capability to do so, contacting new regions should be a major priority. Bradford says, Commander, as your strategic advisor, I would recommend sending out a few teams immediately. Remember to keep a squad or two in reserve to deal with unexpected events. Managed to establish contact with what the Resistance has been calling the Grey Market. This will provide us access to unique recruits that could help us out on the battlefield.
Commander, seems like we actually managed to impress the Reapers. Their operative has just provided us the coordinates to their HQ. Now that we're in the area, it may be worth spending some time here. Not to mention meeting their leader, Volk.
Chosen a different means of resistance.
Let's listen to this
but
first.
Our people fight for the same reason. For the world we once knew. Together we will end this occupation. Or die trying. My people have thrown off the shackles of alien oppression. And through discipline, we have survived. We don't rely on the aliens' technology, and we would never live in their cities. We are the hunters. We move in the shadows. And we won't sleep until the last alien is dead at our feet.
The Ice Cartel. As long as aliens walk the earth, the Reaper's hunt will never end.
Commander, one of our Resistance contacts just tipped us off to a site that may be worth investigating.
10 days for rookies. Let's... I have a...
Excavation or staffing a facility.
I didn't know that audio was still running. There. I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but the solution to this sort of unclear volume thing is probably changing things on the sort of computer-wide end.
There's room for us to expand our facilities on board the Avenger, Commander, but we'll need more engineers to clear out space for construction first.
Okay, the Resistance ring is no longer needed to prepare covert actions. Instead, building it unlocks Resistance orders and a variety of upgrades. When the ring is built, you will be able to assign orders instantly. This can only be done once, and afterwards you will need to wait for a supply drop as normal. The Real Tactics School has also been tweaked, but its core function remains intact. A tutorial to explain more will appear when you build it. Noted, noted, noted.
We'll start work on the new facility right away, Commander. I'll send word when it's up and running.
Yeah, let's have our Maida Kori build that.
Incoming trans.
I never got around to asking you, Doctor, but what exactly did you do before?
The pharmaceutical industry, mainly researching vaccine production techniques. Because of my background, I was rounded up by Advent and put to work in one of the very first gene therapy clinics. I saw firsthand what their technology is capable.
Have you with us?
I appreciate the sentiment.
See about that. Maybe that'll do. Doing some audio popping. Probably a fix for this.
For most of our soldiers, the living quarters on board the Avenger are a step up from the conditions they've had to live with on the ground.
Let's delete this because it sucks. And it's weird I already have these options, but we're not gonna be using them until...
I've warned the crew to stay away from the Advent meat rations. We still don't know what they're putting in that stuff. I don't want to really do any mons just yet. We've done what we can to honor our fallen soldiers, Commander. It's not much, but it gives our people a chance to pay their respects.
This is the voice of the Resistance, reminding you that the aliens will never admit defeat, even after our brave fighters have driven the last of them from our world. So never give up hope, never surrender.
Hello, Commander. Work is well underway, but it will be some time yet before my research is complete.
This is not the window I expected this to open.
I've seen members of the crew quietly glancing at the scar on my neck. If I wasn't forced to remove
Okay,
the chip myself,
how about relative to me
clean.
speaking? I guess is my main question. If you're still here. It should be a little bit quiet, I guess. It's just that, like, compared to me, but that's... either way, thank you. Am I fine, by the way? I'm noticing that sometimes I'm looking like I'm getting a little bit close to the red. But... Resistance informants. In the top right corner of the screen, you can see the current number of informants. These resistance sympathizers hidden in Advent-controlled areas are the key to XCOM's global operations. Informants gather data and report back to XCOM, revealing new opportunities for our soldiers to investigate. With our current number, you can expect our informants to uncover a new activity chain about every 2 weeks. The Advent administration in our starting region is already... Okay. The administration in our starting region is already completely penetrated. If you want to increase the number of resistance informants at your disposal, you need to contact new regions or build more radio relays. Make extending the resistance network a high priority. Without advent targets to hit, will run low on essential supplies and deprive the troops of fighting experience. Okay. An activity chain is a set of activities that must be completed in a sequence to gain a large reward at the end of the chain. These activities can include assault missions, covert infiltrations, and covert actions. While the main rewards are usually given at the end of the chain, the early missions are still beneficial for XP and loot and often include secondary rewards. Activity chain stages are semi-randomized. The structure of each chain and the final stages are usually the same, but the mission types and rewards of the prep stages will be varied. Activity chains are discovered over time by resistance informants and presented to XCOM for analysis. More info, click the View Chain button at the top of the screen. Use the commander's quarters to open the chain overview. We don't have the luxury of hitting Advent's big targets right away. We'll need to gather the intel and distract the enemy before moving in on our main objective. I very slightly nudged my mic volume down. I don't know how tangible it is.
I am still hard at work on the current research priority, Commander.
Oh, these guys have like a whole bio. I want to look at something. Okay, I do have that salt, whatever. Bradford, so our sort of big overview guy. Born November 17th, 1979 in Manhattan, Kansas, United States. Limited service record, U.S. Military Intelligence, 1999. First assigned to Operative Directive XCOM Project, February 14th, 2015. Primarily serving an organizational role providing tactical and strategic support to XCOM's commanding officer, Central Officer Bradford was chosen for his loyalty and commitment to the task at hand. Unfortunately, a gross underestimation of the aliens' numbers and technological advancement left Bradford and XCOM with limited capability to fend off the invasion. Within a matter of weeks, XCOM's underground headquarters was infiltrated and destroyed, leaving the organization in shambles. Bradford was apparently left to fend for himself, surviving in the shadows, nurturing a growing affection for distilled spirits. In the time since, he did manage to secure connections within the Resistance, providing the foundation for renewed XCOM operations across the globe. Bradford, Sixth Dictation. I'm not sure who's compiling the personnel reports these days, judging by the language. I'm guessing Tygan. Get a few things straight. There was no gross underestimation of the aliens. We knew exactly what was coming, and we pulled together the best men and women the world had to offer. It wasn't enough. And they used our own people against us, some kind of psionic control. Took down our security grid from the inside. I did everything I could. I know Shen got out, but I lost track of Valen. Not too worried about her, though. Either way, we've got the present to worry about now, not the past. I've never played Enemy Unknown. I don't own it. I've heard it's kind of XCOM 2, but more stripped back, which means I don't have a ton of effort to revisit it. Interest in revisiting it. But the events do seem to come up a lot, so maybe. Born June 14, 2007, Taipei, Taiwan. Serving as chief engineer on board the Avenger, Lily Shen relies on a background consisting primarily of hands-on, practical experience learned from her father, Dr. Raymond Shen, another Enemy Unknown character, I think. Okay, weird thing with the edit there. Although limited personnel records from this period still exist, what is known is that Shen and her father survived the invasion and later came to pioneer the system and procedures necessary to rebuild the Avenger. In the time since her father's passing, the younger Shin has become invaluable to XCOM and the growing resistance movement. She's now among the leading experts left on Earth in the field of robotics, and perhaps the only one capable of integrating the alien components to such an advanced degree. Hi again. He's got some stats. I don't know what's going on there. Born May 12, 1984, Chicago, Illinois, United States. Holding formal degrees in chemistry and pharmacology, Dr. Richard Tygan was once a respected member of the scientific community. Before the invasion, Dr. Tygan worked in the pharmaceutical industry, primarily studying immunosuppressant drugs for use in transplant procedures. With the collapse of the global economy following the war, Tygan was left with little alternative in terms of utilizing his skill set outside of Advent's widespread calls for cooperation among the scientific community. Employed in one of the earliest gene therapy clinics, Tygan found himself thrust into a project dealing with cranial implants. After growing disenfranchised by some of the processes he witnessed while serving under Advent, Tygan sought contact within the Resistance in the hopes of atoning for his contributions to Advent's work. Dr. Tygan is now the central figure in XCOM's scientific pursuits, a crucial contributor in the fight against alien domination over Earth. I will be right back again. I know it's not been long. Yeah. There we go. We're back. Anyway, those are the, sort of staple canon characters. Engineer. Rail engineer. Maida has been evasive about what exactly your background was before linking up with the Resistance in Israel. From, no controversy here, it's just a nationality that's in the mod. Isn't it a base game? I don't think so. From initial conversations, it's clear at the very least she's had an extensive education. This isn't really like a political thing, just like it's a national origin that's in the mod. And Ukrainian, just in case we weren't getting political enough. Yelena was among the first in Ukraine to discover the truth about Advent's hybrid soldiers. Some of these, you'll just slot them into the biographies, and it's pretty funny. I remember a while ago I had a person who was involved in the Andorran military, you're unaware, Andorra is like a tiny European microstate. I think it's like a single island on like a lake or some shit. That's probably wrong, but still. Complete microstate. It's very funny. Person was part of their standing military. Unfortunately, her efforts to convince people of her findings led to her immediate placement on the Resistance Collaborator watch list. So.
The Resistance is slightly more organized than I had imagined based on the rumors, but it still sounds like they'll be relying heavily on us to handle both strategic and tactical engagements with the aliens. Hopefully their network of contacts will, at the very least, provide us with valuable insights into Advent movements and positioning.
Okay, so I guess I should explain sort of the basics. The tutorial, which we didn't play, is a mission about breaking into some, like, facility in a city and rescuing us, these, you know, what's referred to as the commander, who, I guess was the same person as an enemy unknown.
Bad considering, but
Shut up,
sometimes
please.
I do miss that damn sweater.
Sort of, you know, the commander of enemy unknown fame. And we were apparently... The audio was fucking up again, one sec. I like the longer loading screens. I find this one so funny. The fucking drop ships turn to the little drones. I don't... What the fuck is the message there? They both look like evil, kind of. They both have, like, evil-shaped language. I don't understand the point of that. Anyway. Yeah, you're the same guy who, like, defended the world enemy unknown, apparently been, like, held in stasis and had a fucking chip in our brain for some reason. That whole time. And the whole, like, thing, the whole, like, intro sequence which we skipped, but is still very plot important, I guess, is about rescuing us and then extracting the chip. And now we're commanding the Resistance. Anyway, all that aside. Euphopenia. This is I believe this is a mod that just, okay, this is all here. Let's read about Volk, I guess. Why not? We're working with them already. 1990 in Alaska. Speaking for the human survivalist faction of the Resistance known as the Reapers, Volk is a descendant of Russian refugees who fled to Alaska during purported exploratory incursions by the aliens prior to the onset of the invasion. Exact dates are unclear, but initial contact between Volk and Central Officer Bradford occurred during intense fighting inside the United States before the surrender of Earth's governments. Volk is known to have reacted with contempt to the word of the ceasefire, gathering like-minded followers and retreating into the outlying territories far from the reach of Advent. In the time since, Volk and his people have come to be known as the Reapers, with a fearsome reputation of survival by whatever means necessary. We're not going to read about these others for now, not until we've met them. We can browse a couple of other files, I think, though. History. That can wait too, I think. This is just broken. This is a mod thing, but I... XCOM. Let's read about XCOM. Wait a minute. Read about the Reapers. The Reapers, led by Volk, are human extremists who reject any advances provided by the aliens' technology. They see themselves as hunters who will do whatever it takes to survive. The writings of Jane Kelly. What is XCOM? You are, I am. Jane Kelly, who does not exist because we didn't do the tutorial. I don't think she does anyway. Everyone who sees the jackboot of Advent and the Elders, and when offered with comfortable compliance, says no. They are XCOM 2. Yes, there is a wider resistance across the world, and they have their own names, means, and goals. The thing is, they are XCOM as well, even if they say otherwise. We're more than an organization, more than an army, more than anyone at HQ. XCOM is an idea. If you need XCOM to be a well-oiled fighting force straight out of the old world movies, it can be that. Maybe it needs to be a shadow in the dark, only making its face known to make a message before vanishing into the night. It can do that too. Sometimes it just needs to be a rumor, a ghost of times gone that continue to inspire the revolutionary spirit. I'm sure you can fill in the blank there. Why is that? Because we're all of those and none of them. The Schrodinger's cat. This is a little bit lame. You don't know if we're around or not until you go looking. And what you find, well, it's different depending on what angle you see it from. Hello, dogs. Maybe you can't hear them. Maybe you can hear them when I'm talking. But... and that's precisely the point. We're individuals working together for a common cause. Warriors, scientists, technicians, artists, provisioners, cooks, whatever. You can't afford to simply be one or the other, not when we're fighting for the continued survival of life on Earth. For all we know. The enemy is by definition obsessed with stability. They're a monolith. All their troopers look the same, and they hide their faces. Their cities are doing their damnedest to look the same too. Take the human imagination, probably all the other client species they dragged here, and shove it into as tiny a box as they can find. That's exactly why an idea like XCOM is impossible for the monsters to eat up. It can't think creatively, it can't change its tactics. Got a lot of weight to it, but it's slower and more cautious than a bus trying to drive through Darien in the 1970s. Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, I get the point she's making. It talks a little bit about the... let's look at the actual description, though. We will read that, and then we'll be done. Then we'll move on to doing things. The current version of XCOM is one that is utterly unlike any of the versions which came before it. While the precursors of the organization that often came to be in a moment of existential crisis, and by definition were meant to come into play only when all other measures were unable to deal with an extraterrestrial threat, none of them were designed to resist a full-on occupation of the entire planet. It is not an army, not a secret organization lurking in the shadows of plausible deniability on behalf of the powers that be. Is this still fucking Kelly? It's a movement, an idea, a shorthand for the collective yearning for freedom that all humanity desires. This, above all other things, is what makes this iteration of XCOM different. Forged from the fragments of what remained of its precursors, melded with steel once discarded in a more civilized time, and tempered in the fires of an alien occupation of Earth, all the artifice is stripped away, and the essence of what XCOM always was meant to be comes to the fore. Anything else we should read? We'll come back to these in a bit. We'll look at the bestiary later as well. Now let's get to doing things. Investigate rumors. The world we once knew is gone, but my people still stand vigil over its remains. We'd welcome a party from XCOM in our regular patrols. Okay. Covert actions are the simplest type of activity. A team of soldiers is sent for a specified duration, and they return with rewards. The duration is determined by a base duration plus extra time based on the number of soldiers and equipment sent. Covert actions will usually never result in tactical combat. Equipping the team with equipment such as specialized grenades or medkits is a waste of resources unless there is a risk of ambush. However, upgraded weapons and armor will decrease the chance of risk triggering. A rough estimate of the trigger chances of each risk is shown on the right side of the squad select screen. A squad that is equipped with heavier or higher tier items will be more likely to come home safe. As the aliens continue to improve their armies and bring in reinforcements from off-world, they will also ramp up their patrols and security efforts. Covert action risk chances will steadily increase as time goes on, so at some point purely conventional gear isn't going to cut it. So let's see. Let's see. See what the fuck Matilda Peacock happens here. I want to make one of them rookies. So, these 16 hours. Let's see if sending a just send 2 guys here. Send you as well, actually. How does that fucking reduce the time? What absolutely bizarre fucking calculations are happening here? Either way, this is fine. This person gets some dodge, and this person ends up getting promoted. Works perfectly for me.
Covert is our specialty. Let's just hope your people can keep up.
I suppose the black market was sent packing by an Advent anti-smuggling operation a few weeks ago. Just send a squad to help them get back on their feet. I kind of like the idea of having a skirmish early. The phalanx of justice, as they're apparently known. Making contact with the skirmishers won't be easy, but it should be possible for a small team to reach their headquarters and deliver a message. If they're serious about taking down their former masters, we're the best chance they have. We just have to make them see that. Two can go out.
Avenger
And that'll be enough for now.
Commander, the Avengers' remote scanning capabilities will help us search the area for clues or other resources. It's going to take some time, though. We've got a lot of ground to cover.
Anyway, there was also a Vader base down there, I noticed. though. We'll have to worry about some phantoms around. Protect the device and this rewards intel.
Setting course for
Check the
West
difficulty
Asia.
on this. Assault missions are what you're used to from base game XCOM 2, where the squad flies in the Sky Ranger to tactical combat and then returns immediately. Unlike infiltration missions and covert actions, infill time risk and riskination are not in play. You may bring as many soldiers and as much gear as the Sky Ranger can carry with no penalties. Beware, assault missions are typically more difficult than the average infiltration. More enemies will be present, the squad will have no control for mission site sit reps. And those,
You'd be surprised how big of a difference some of these things can make in combat, Commander. With a few supplies, I can manufacture anything we need in no time.
feels like an okay opportunity to get some rookies involved. Throw in Mr. Corsair here, I suppose. Let's give our assault person a flashbang. Seems worthy. And from there, dive in.
Sky Ranger
Menace, ready to deploy.
Protect the device in early game tends to be pretty easy, actually.
The Resistance has been relying on an old data tap along the Advent network that had, up until this point, been eluding the aliens' detection.
No mission.
Recent intel suggests the data the Resistance found is critical to the aliens' latest operation. Unfortunately, Advent is already moving to take out the device, and we can't let that happen. Eliminate all hostile contacts and secure the area. Protect that device at all costs. Hostile forces are already moving to destroy the data tap installed nearby. We need to lock down the area and secure the device at all costs.
Kind of a cool map.
Hold on.
I don't understand why this would make noise. This would uniquely make noise.
Diaz.
Oh yeah, you.
I'll lead the way.
Updating tactical map. Stand by.
Paso ligero.
Go ahead and give you sort of an overlook position. Wouldn't be the worst thing.
Parece que aquí hay hostiles.
Je suis sur le coup. Running.
Let's go.
Guess I'll put you in Overwatch in case anything weird and unexpected happens. I'm not even super sure how much it'd help.
Me muevo a la posición.
Je confirme.
Try and move people into positions so they can actually assist
Escouade
with
ennemie
that.
localisée. Affirmative. Moving out.
Trouble is, of course,
I'm almost there.
getting people into position that they can actually assist with that fight if it does break out. This is not a great map for a sniper. Actually, I'm now realizing.
Rozkaz. Przeczesuje teren. Watch my back. I can see them.
Can they see me?
Menace 1-5, we've got a line on the target. Move to protect that gear at all costs.
I don't think so. They could very easily, which is a fuck up on my part.
Territory is still under dispute.
¿Visten el objetivo?
Bien reçu, j'ouvre grand les yeux. Affirmative, covering 9.
It's not a great overall position. Because... Okay. We're really in business, aren't we?
Eyes on the prize. I'm watching that spot.
Guard this area.
That's the area of the most damage for certain.
Perhaps you'll need further strategic training.
You just trooper down good, and that's a fairly large threat, I think. Mech down as well. Fucking awesome. Okay. Batman sets himself on fire.
You can't handle me.
El enemigo sigue en pie.
Now here's where things can get ugly, because
¡Sal de mi cabeza!
a lot of these guys are not covered from all sides. Oh, fuck, that was...
Shooting at me.
¡Está dentro de mí!
Here you go.
Need him, drop him, free him. I wanna... I want to play out the rest of the turn before I decide how to deal with them. What was that?
Like this easy flesh bag.
Mira bien. Blanco fallado.
Don't blink. Went off the armor.
It was likely to need this pressing. Probably him.
Roger that. Suppressing hostile.
Quick draw.
Ow.
Paść z Macałem. Ufok odstrzelony. You are going to die. Yes, yes, yes.
There's one trooper fewer, I suppose.
J'y vais.
Frankly, get to better cover. Not a ton you can do.
I live.
Back online.
Starting to run kind of slow. Not a huge deal. This isn't a game that needs rapid response times, but
Quick draw.
fucking hell.
I need optics.
What is up with you guys today? There we go.
I pokrzyku. Ostatni magazynek. Lead the way.
That gave me a
All going to die.
fucking worse view of him, actually.
Affirmative.
That's okay, because then, you know, all else fails. You for fucking real?
Espero que valga la pena. Explorando.
Je suis parti. Je passe en vigilance.
This ain't a duel.
Might as well,
Missed.
you know, make the attempt.
What's over there?
Minor miracle the dude's alive. I'm gonna
Watch close.
worth it for the sort of one in hell chance.
I'll get him next time.
I guess I'll fucking holo target him.
Sure.
See if you can hit the fucking broadside of a barn here.
Quick draw. Could use some ammo.
Incoming transmission.
¿Está despejado? Poniéndome en guardia. 5 sur 5.
Rozumiem.
Where have I heard this music before? It must have been like a YouTube video or something.
Cover me.
Worth a shot.
Son of a bitch.
I'm ready.
And melee him.
Status confirmed.
Okay, I thought we might have a drop.
Down and the
Might have a
area is
reinforcement
secure.
drop.
Status confirmed. Mission accomplished.
Now that... I think we can take a photo for it, but... Then let's, dogs again. Kind of clear the place out, though. We gotta redo their poses, that's fine.
Oh, that's a cute pose.
There we go.
The speaker commended
loyal citizens today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old way. The remarks followed a moment of silence for peacekeepers slain by XCOM dissidents.
Flush him out. It doesn't do much damage. Forces him to move. Yep. Oh, this cutscene.
The alien Proxian soldier combines advanced technology from its home world with combat tactics learned from the skirmishers, making it a truly unstoppable force.
Commander, each of our soldiers is rated based on their understanding of our tactics and capabilities, something we refer to as combat intelligence. Because of their unique experiences in the field, our faction soldiers from the Resistance will gain access to new abilities based on this combat intelligence.
Hyperdrive.
Commander, having these two soldiers continue to work together has paid off. They know each other well enough at this point that we can have them train as a pair for additional tactical capabilities.
We'll come back to that idea. For now,
The Advent propaganda machine is running full steam. We're picking up their transmissions even way out in the middle of nowhere.
Commander, each of our soldiers has a unique relationship with their squad mates. As they complete combat missions together, their compatibility will grow and can eventually develop into a lasting bond.
all of our soldiers develop relationships over time. Oh, what the fuck? Some will grow faster than others. Incompatible soldiers on missions together will allow their friendship to develop into strong bonds with tactical benefits. The fuck is that? Crew limit. Need to build a guerrilla tactics school.
Pick things up on the fly.
Oh, it may just be a matter of briefly tabbing over. That's interesting. We'll have to see, I suppose. Okay, no sort of shit's accumulated there. Are they compatible with? Yeah.
Commander, the media is a powerful tool. Just ask Advent's propaganda machine. I say it's time we turn it against them. By spreading the word of our soldiers' exploits in combat, we can bolster morale throughout the Resistance.
If it improves morale, then I suppose there is no harm in it.
Who can you potentially bond with? Eh. There we go. Let's keep testing. I don't like this current setup. I don't. So I want to... decode, if possible, what the fuck it thinks the problem is. Weird. Fucking... And either way, we have a system that kind of works here. It's fine. Need to start rebuilding these UIs in OBS proper, though. This is real shit. Anyway. Oh no, what have I done? Oh no, okay. Anyway. I'm fairly sure the thing with the fucking music was a desyncing issue. So I think that's next now. Could be.
Before he made contact.
Alright. There we go. I mean, what's this guy's deal? Polish. Poland. Great. Thomas was a member of an optimistic volunteer militia force in Poland, helping local settlements maintain peace and productivity. Adventists approved this autonomy and expressed their displeasure with the sweep of the area. Thomas is one of the few shell-shocked survivors our context found alive. Sadly, Tomas really smiles these days, although he appears to have taken solace in helping Dr. Tigan set up a small hydroponics area within the research lab. Damn. With that in mind, probably just Marine again? For being completely real? Yeah, that seems about right. Who can you potentially bond with? Yeah, that seems about right. Nah. What about you, man? You sort of man under kind of the hero of the hour, really. Following the suspicious death of his wealthy parents in a fire, Miroslav inherited the fortune and went on to bankrupt their company. Saved with a buyout by Advent, Miroslav came to resent and hate his alien shareholders. Abandoning his responsibility, Miroslav became a feared gang leader in Ukraine before being recruited by the resistance as an aggressive urban fighter. He has been banned from entering engineering after suggesting lewd uses for various pieces of technology, including Shen's gremlin. While an undeniably unpleasant individual, his combat results are exceptional for keeping him in the field as much as possible. Jesus. Yes, there's a kind of gives me Platengil vibes out of those three. Platengil? What about you? First of all, I find the cigarette being omniconstant real weird, so we're gonna change that, I think. First, we're gonna learn what it might be cool to change it to. A mercenary for hire in Mexico holds no stake in the war against Advent. All she cares for is the thrill of fighting and the money of whichever party is willing to hire her. For now, at least, that party is us. Loyalty concerns aside, Lola's experience and confidence makes for an effective fire team leader. Due to having spent many years working under contract in Asia, Lola has an unusual taste for sake rice wine, often going to great lengths to obtain it. Okay. Doesn't strike me as a tech specialist, but it's probably actually. That one's okay, we'll keep it. Because it took so long, I want to get right back into it.
Avenger plotting new course.
Wait.
This will prove to be an important step forward.
Modular weapons is finished. What was her deal again?
The Reapers have no interest
The
in
mercenary.
leading the world into a new age. Not under my watch, anyway. The aliens took everything from humanity, and we aim to take it back. It's that simple. What people choose to do with their lives beyond that point is up to them.
Yeah, I'm a tech specialist. Interesting to note that it remembers that. That's, like, not what I would expect. Guy sucks. And Lieutenant go find him.
Our work is proceeding as expected, Commander.
Isn't there some kind of research record that I could actually go back and read? The one that I... Oh yeah, I
The
forgot.
aliens have considerable resources at their disposal, but we've still managed to do reasonably well against them, despite our own limitations.
Avenger plotting new course.
I think you will find our results have exceeded expectations.
Okay, we've had the troops digging through scrap piles and looting corpses, and at this point it's safe to assume they're on constant vigil for anything we could use to improve our gear. All the raw materials in the world won't mean much if I can't find a use for them, but I think this modular weapon system is a good start. Having pushed our existing designs and about as far as I thought possible, the integration of a few key alien components provided the much-needed stability we've been looking for. These modifications in place, we should be able to attach larger upgrades for even more firepower. Troops don't like that. Tinker, I see. Simulator. And unlocks upgraded weaponry. Biotech. Having successfully conducted the traumatic procedure required to remove the chip implanted by Advent, we now have an opportunity to study the inner workings of the device to gain a better understanding of their motivations.
I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
quickly do this. Nothing stupid happens, I guess.
I suppose since that worked, we might as well keep it up, Commander.
Just like missions, covert actions will affect your soldiers' willpower. If they lose too much, end up tired, they won't be able to deploy on another covert action until they have recovered. Well, covert actions can be an easy way to gain rewards. Just be careful about how many you attempt at any given time. Not all covert actions are worth the risk. Commander will need to pick our targets carefully. Deploying lots of soldiers will leave us exposed when other more time-critical missions appear. I know. That one next, probably.
I don't blame Shen for wanting to keep an eye on Taigen, but at this point, we need all the help we can get.
I like that, but I want to kind of go laughing. I want to go lightning reflexes this one. What's your deal? Matilda was one of the guards escorting the legendary boy hero General Van Dorn on that fateful day 20 years ago. When the Freaks hit their UN convoy on the bridge, witnessing the raw power and combat bravado that is Van Dorn, Private Matilda was inspired to take greater action against the alien incursion and join the resistance movement. Been a loyal veteran for 2 decades now, fighting for Earth, XCOM, and Van Dorn, one victorious mission at a time. No marksman, I guess.
Much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way
What is it
to
picking
know
up?
for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
We're going to quickly alter my setup a little bit, I think.
The Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
With little time to prepare, we were forced to conduct an extremely invasive procedure on the commander in order to remove what appeared to be an implant carefully enmeshed within the occipital lobe. Although all indications were that the device was not designed for removal, concerns as to the commander's potential longevity and the risk of possible remote manipulation by the aliens left us with little alternative. Despite my concerns, the commander has so far felt no lasting effects from the procedure and appears to be recovering ahead of expectations. The chip itself, my initial findings are alarming to say the least. The device is psionically driven by the latent energy of the subject's brain, in this case the commander. More importantly, it appears the device functions as both a transmitter and receiver, relaying information via some form of psionic link. Even after removal, I've had to shield the device to contain the residual psionic field surrounding the implant itself, for fear of what it might be capable of. My current theory is correct. The commander may have played a more important role in Advent's operations than we could have possibly imagined. So says Megan.
Commander, during the course of our research, we made a startling breakthrough that has led us to another potential avenue of study. However, if we are to proceed down this path, we must do so immediately, or I fear we will lose our opportunity to return to it in the future.
We're probably not gonna opt in for that. Instead, we'll be going here. The Advent body we've recovered so far is shielded by a fascinating combination of materials, some more common than others. By studying the underlying alien technology, our research could lead to vast improvements to our own equipment.
I will begin our research immediately.
You've got a frame rate capper on. I don't know. One sec. The cursive even shows up on recording. We're gonna test that. Resistance ring's finished.
Commander, the factions you have contacted are well equipped to track down.
You technically haven't met you yet.
Their knowledge will be invaluable in helping XCOM locate and eliminate these threats.
We're ready to carry out your orders. As our influence with these groups increases, our capabilities will grow in kind.
Each month, the Resistance faction can decide orders will provide bonuses to XCOM. As XCOM gains influence with the factions, additional orders become available, and they will be able to complete more orders per month.
If you've got something new for us, Commander, my Reapers are up for taking on some additional orders.
Guess we'll go for that.
Consider it done, Commander.
For now.
The outcome of this research can only further our advances, Commander.
With limited resources available to outfit our troops, up until now they've had to make do with whatever makeshift armor Shen managed to piece together for them from various scrap metals. Relying on methods that might otherwise seem outdated, we've developed a means of producing a multi-layered nanofiber weave capable of withstanding direct impacts as well as any traditional armor, without the added weight. Our troops will still have to exercise caution, even the nanofiber has its limits. It may be best suited to our forces who rely on agility over pure stopping power. In any case, I imagine our soldiers will be pleased to see any improvements over the current equipment.
Commander, the science team has grown particularly interested in this field of research, so much so that their inspiration could lead to vast improvements in our research efficiency. However, we must act fast. Despite their brilliance, they are a fickle group.
It actually does cut it down by like a lot, though. We've recovered a number of weapons from the field that are deceptively archaic in design, but conceal uniquely powerful attributes that require extensive study to understand. DLC weapons.
The science is eager to begin, Commander.
Commander, so far I haven't seen anything critical among the alien components left over in this area. If we clean this stuff out, we could probably use this space for a new facility. Excavation is underway, Commander, but it's going to take some time to get all that stuff cleared out.
They were worried at first, but the skirmishers have agreed to cooperate in our shared goal of taking down the Elders. A show of good faith, Bitos sent one of their warriors to join us on the Avenger.
This is the headquarters of the Skirmisher faction. They may look like Advent, but they sure don't act like it. Now that we've established contact, we can scan at this location to gain additional support for our cause.
You know them as they were, the soldiers of Advent. Now they are free to choose. If you stay your course, Commander, they will stand with you until the end. My kind were once the puppets of Advent, slaves to the Elders' twisted vision. Now, slowly we are freed, and all who see their bonds broken are driven to fight the Elders with a rage that cannot be stopped. By our own hands, we will destroy all that the Elders value.
Strike back at our creators, only then can we atone for our crimes against your world, says Bitos, their leader.
All skirmishers, all those freed from the Elders' bonds, are eager to hear your orders, Commander.
Skirmisher training is the best honor off this planet. Why don't you send some of your best here and we'll show them how it's done, hopefully without breaking them. Get these two in. I forgot, I need to... Their face prop is dumb and I need to fix it. That'll do.
Our order is clear, and we will obey it.
The black market was sent packing by an Advent anti-smuggling operation a few weeks ago. We should send a squad to help them get back on their feet. I agree. End of your rookie team though. What's going on with this guy's head? Okay, that is a real accessory. It looks weird, but I thought it was like a piece of a helmet, one of those type of things.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
Tell me about these guys. Zhang was a talented mission star chef, once in high demand back in China. Thanks to his fiery workplace temper, his culinary career ended.
Advent's officers might be more resourceful
Shut
than
the
your
fuck
average trooper,
up.
but I doubt our forces will have any trouble bringing in a test subject for Tigan to look at, especially since he's not asking for a live one. There's not a whole lot that surprises me these days, but I'm definitely curious to see if the chip we pulled from the commander really is connected to the ones Advent's been using in their captains.
Thanks to his fiery workplace temper's culinary career ended the day he had a meltdown over a sectoid prying in his kitchen, neatly severing 3 pink fingers. His blade work is exquisite on both vegetables and aliens. Since his arrival aboard, the Avengers' food standards have gone through the roof. Whenever we land near an arms bazaar, Zhang is guaranteed to insist he comes along so he can haggle for rare ingredients with local traders. Very funny for him to be a Lutenga, but I guess we'll go Scout. Saudi Arabia, what's your deal? After the aliens destroyed Exalt's headquarters, its operatives scattered around the globe and went to ground. Her among them. Lacking the coordination and leadership that allowed them to act as an army, they were reduced to lone insurgents. They had enough of that and is willing to work with XCOM to strike back in a more efficient manner. Mitchell recommends monitoring her closely. She might still harbor old loyalties towards Exalt. Patchwork. Seems about right for her. Many of the buildings in this area are still intact. We broadcasted a wide area signal in the hopes of contacting possible survivors. A small group of people cautiously emerged from an old warehouse and expressed interest in joining the resistance.
Avenger plotting new course.
Commander, if we're gonna win this war, we need to take every chance we get to fight back. We'll have to be ready to engage the enemy during unpredictable situations, which require special planning and preparation.
Setting course for the West Asian corridor.
If it's marked as difficult, I probably will not bother.
Avenger plotting new course.
I think I'm just gonna leave.
Our inspiration did prove beneficial.
Our troops discovered several weapons that would appear to be anything but useful in our fight against the aliens, but evidence from unofficial field trials revealed various strange capabilities that defy clear explanation. Despite their insistence and some degree of ridicule at my expense, I have repeatedly tried to explain to our troops and senior staff that even though these weapons may look simple, reproducing them is not nearly as easy as assembling the component materials. As it stands, I will likely resist further efforts to try and replicate them unless circumstances of our campaign against the aliens change. I am a scientist, not a blacksmith or a bowyer. Crossbomb, Shadowkeeper, Hunter's Axe, Caster. Probably not gonna like jump into mag weapons. Honestly. Aside from the variety of fascinating genetic enhancements found in the Advent Troopers, the officers appear to be augmented further with some kind of biomechanical implant. I believe this allows for some form of communication throughout the alien hierarchy. If we were to somehow tap into the system, I wonder what we might hear.
The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces. I must admit, having successfully
I should have let him finish. Breeze cleared. Guerrilla Tactics School.
Guerrilla Tactics School construction initiated.
I take it this was easier than your last procedure, Doctor.
Central, Commander. Yes, I find the process to be far less disconcerting when the subject has already expired. The results, however, it's best you see for yourself. My autopsy of the Advent captain has confirmed the existence. Command.
Shit.
New objective added.
It looks like we've got our work cut out for us, Commander.
The Advent captain seems to provide a means of stabilizing the link between the local subordinates and the Advent network tower itself.
It's like, yeah, it's part of the network. We need to get into the network, so we need to Proving Ground, Skulljack. Fuck. Physically larger and more tactically capable than the subordinate troopers, the Advent officers administer a system of control over the troopers through a carefully engineered psionic link augmented with a mechanical implant. From my initial examination of the commander and a careful review of the information gathered in the alien containment area, I now have a theory as to how this system was established. It is my firm belief that this process of psionic control was specifically engineered to allow rapid deployment of tactical information drawn directly from the subconscious mind. In this case, the mind of our very own commander. Its hierarchy in place, tactical knowledge stored in the depths of the commander's mind was processed, transmitted to the Advent officers, who, in turn, directed the troopers and other subordinates. The commander no longer attached to the psionic network. Difficult to say how the orders are being dispersed at this point, although I'm sure the aliens have planned for this potential contingent. I believe it may be possible to tap into this network, but it would require the use of a living Advent officer to function as our conduit. To facilitate this difficult task, we've developed a new device, the Skulljack, which should be capable of disabling an officer. From there, it's simply a matter of hacking the officer in the field, though I won't speculate as to the outcome.
Commander, if we're going to try to build this Skulljack that Tigan came up with, we're going to need a specialized facility to test it out.
Hello. Yeah, the breakthrough is still there. I think that breakthrough I will jump on, though. Hello, Tola. Oh, I'm hearing popping. Fuck me.
I am ready to begin on your order, Commander. I had assumed you'd make that research a
We'll jump on that,
priority,
I think.
Commander. I'll notify you as soon as the report is available.
Against the Elders, we find nothing but success.
I must admit, your soldiers made quite the impression. I believe all our people emerged stronger and ready to take the fight back to Advent. I'm told that I would be theoretically interested, although I play this game pretty much single player. Also, I'm not convinced you're real.
It's dark, it's dank, and it's mostly metal. This ship isn't all that different from the old base.
I guess we'll go low profile. I tend to think of them as kind of utility, though, and there's not really anything that slots them well into that role. Increases ability to suppress. I think that'd be fun.
Guerrilla Tactics School now operational.
I'm gonna use that for now. I don't really know what I need. I haven't played this mod enough.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother.
Let's not accidentally skip
Enjoy
this
it while
fucking
it
cutscene.
lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system-
signal coming from the Advent network tower. It's global. Sir, I think you'll want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved crumble.
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
Gun incoming on approach!
Your
signal's breaking up.
Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you!
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again!
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there!
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
Commander, we have a squad ready to move on the Resistance Haven currently under siege by the aliens. Give the word and we'll move out.
Lost, really? On a fucking retaliation? I've never seen that before. Advent is attacking one of the Resistance Havens.
Setting course for West Asia.
Commander, you should be aware. We're detecting lost activity in this area. Our forces will need to be especially vigilant.
Of note is that try and slip a rookie in. Didn't I do that was so expensive? Eesh. Patchwork, I suppose, and then for maximum coverage, we don't know which chosen is going to come up. What are you in? Many weapon upgrades. Let's throw what we do have on you. Can you bond with? I'm very, very interested in how the hell that's going to play in.
In position for deployment.
Just came down. The aliens have amassed a huge force to strike one of the resistance outposts nearby, and those people desperately need any help we can provide them. We're going in to eliminate the enemy threat and secure the area. There's a group of resistance soldiers hunkered down not far from your position. Move in and help fend off the attacking alien forces.
Acknowledged.
I'll be right back. Alright.
I am on my way.
Go ahead and run up. To be honest, I was hoping you would reveal what's actually over there. Okay. I see.
Хорошо. Я стреляю без промаха. Проклятие. Варлорша!
Probably don't want this sniper running around.
We, the skirmishers, were created by the false gods of this world to serve and die as their puppets. We retain all that we were and more, and our prowess in battle serves us well in our cause. In close combat, none can stand opposed to us.
Probably just Overwatch.
Fine.
All right, I'll go. I'm on it.
Get going.
هذا مؤسف.
Gods, elevate me.
Mass shield.
So that I may strike you down.
The Elders must have caught wind of our operation. They sent in one of the Chosen. We should try to track that thing down and deal with it before it causes too much trouble.
The enemy is behind us.
We've got... Oh, fucking... Wow.
هذا مؤسف.
Commander, Advent isn't backing off. They've got units in the AO that are ignoring our forces just to get a better shot at the civilians. Take those bastards down.
This day, for all traitors in your resistance, a death of fire and pain.
These Lost seem to be pretty sensitive to noise. The sounds of combat are likely to draw even more of them.
They actively did... Lost actively didn't get a turn there, so... I don't know what's happening.
Уже в пути. Как утки в теле.
Shit.
Представление начинается.
I'm guessing the Lost just aren't actually active at the moment. Oh, fuck.
Took care of that one.
The death of these subordinates will prevent nothing.
Destroyed.
I'd say I'm fairly happy with that.
J'y vais. Je vais trop vite pour vous. Attaque potentiel repéré. Ennemi neutralisé, j'ai la cargaison.
I'm on the move. Copy.
Do your new compatriots know of the many crimes against them in service to the Elders? Do they truly understand what you have done to humanity?
What's over there?
What's it fucking matter to you? You got anti-Reaper perks this time. It's not the intended use of flesh him out, but I only need the 1 damage.
You see that?
Ow.
Your soldiers cannot last forever, Commander. Transcend death itself.
Thumbs off.
The fight is over.
They think they've got this. It's not over until I say it is.
Wow.
I will sacrifice you for the Elder's blessings.
Je vais me mettre en position. Et 1, et 2, et 3. Cible neutralisée.
Сейчас буду.
Do not whet your appetite at the sight of my glorious visage, deviant. The Elders would release me to the void before ever satiating your hunger. My power cannot be compared to these lower forms of life.
The Resistance team is in the clear. They're moving to help the other survivors. There's a large group of civilians pinned down within range of your position. Sensors indicate hostile forces are closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
If someone start moving people in,
On the move.
maybe stabilize Den Mother as well.
I've got the loot.
Time grows short.
Dua canda.
Hayya binar.
Good opener, though. You said.
Your forces will perish, and you will return to the Elders, Commander.
Je suis parti.
We're gonna move them one at a time, though. If they start revealing, if anything actually gets popped. like pods accidentally get revealed, then
Шевелитесь.
we'll be totally screwed. Probably.
Time to move.
I go quickly.
Taking cover here. Watching that spot.
I'm going.
Come get some!
This is the path we should take. In place.
Oh, and it's gonna get a free turn too. Hate that.
Get ready for enemy contact!
Pathfinder on his own, huh? People are one of the things about Civilians Reloaded or whatever the fuck it's called that I don't like as much is that you do have all these weird kind of delay turns where civvies are reacting to things very slowly.
J'ai des forces d'Advent en visuel.
Would have been nice if they like managed to kill something properly. You know.
Yes.
You're a joke.
There of all places.
Interference!
The elders have chosen me, just as they have chosen you, Commander. We are both destined to serve at their side, to bring their vision to this world and beyond. Come, allow yourself to be reclaimed.
That's the Elder's warlock. All reports indicate he's nearly as dangerous as they are when it comes to psionic capabilities. Tout de suite. On dégaine.
Jet.
Je règle mon viseur.
Да. Как скучно.
Tu agenda!
I hope it's worth it. Moving to Overwatch.
We will cleanse this world in the name of the elders.
Target here.
Hostile sighted!
That all you got?
I don't get it. I don't get why you would do that, sir.
They have me sighted! Oh.
This one dropped.
They are attacking from the rear.
Incredibly brave of you, random resistance guy. Yeah, not you have to be a little impressed by that.
Squander your lives as it is fated.
It looks like the Chosen knocked one of our soldiers into a daze. We need to get someone over there to help them get back on their feet before that thing can move in and attack.
Understood. Ahmak! what I'm looking for.
À vos ordres. Allez, on retourne au combat.
So I'll take a heal.
Doucement, soldat.
Oh no! I can't use my abilities! Хватит ждать, пора в бой. Это мое любимое
And I'm feeling pretty fucking desperate as far as these things go.
For every fallen child of the Elders, humanity will repay a tally in flesh.
It is clear.
You could do 1 point of damage, so
Who's keeping score?
I will follow my path.
for fun.
Sounds like the Lost are getting a lot closer to our position, Commander. Prepare for more incoming.
Shit, what's up with the Lost?
The smallest strike. The Elder's vengeance is carried forth.
Enemy located!
Will you take the lives of your own, knowing they now shield your enemy?
Watch it! That thing is taking control of our soldiers!
Oh, they're coming in from that side? That's probably, like, fine. I don't mind that, actually.
My abilities are gone.
J'ai qu'à faire ça.
They have me! Pulling me closer!
I can't fucking do it. Because they're... disoriented? disconnected?
Just so. That large creature
You
still
are
lives.
predictably inept.
Quiet for a second.
Отдохни. Нет.
Varlarsha! Chatale!
Dead at least.
Womakatala! Reload!
That was a waste.
Back online.
Mind you, not much of one.
Je tiens ma position.
You're going to be okay.
Watch close. You want some more? Enemy is still up.
Now is our time to march.
That was too close.
Is within. They move in an aimless place, without purpose or insight. You humans should be grateful. You will die, still aware of your own existence.
We need to get our people back on their feet, Commander.
Their lives forfeit. Your fallen comrades will never feel the Elder's embrace.
Going there.
Let's go. В пути. Охотник лежит в засаде и ждет.
How the fuck do Reaper sightlines work?
Tuachanda! Chatale!
Never mind.
What's over there? Frag out!
Only furthers the need for my presence here. Truly archaic. Bring the Elder's mercy to the godless. If you had any hope of escaping the Elder's wrath, allowing your soldiers to fall into my hands will surely quell that notion. The Elders are no doubt pleased with my diligence, having already learned so much of your plans, Commander. I will be seeing you very soon.
Unfortunately, the Chosen got what they were after. More information they can use to track you down, Commander.
Resistance has ended. Understood.
That did hit.
Как скажешь. Принято.
It fucking...
Heading there. Go on, take a shot!
I hope it's worth it. Not good.
Don't be embarrassed. It happens to everyone sometimes.
Push forward.
Apparently sure this is the last enemy on the map, so... There goes.
Menace 1-5, you secured the remaining civilians and there are no other hostile contacts on the scope. Good work out there. The Chosen have recovered more information about us, Commander. If they keep this up, they'll eventually be able to find the Avenger. We need to stop them before that happens.
Oh, good lord. I don't think we're gonna take a photo.
Even now, our enemy lurks in the shadows, plotting to destroy all we have built, to return us to the chaos of the old world. Only together can we oppose them. United in the Elders' love for us, we shall prevail, no matter the cost.
Thank you.
If circumstances were different, I would have loved the opportunity to study the Chosen's means of extracting knowledge from our soldiers in the field, as we just saw.
Very sort of offensive-minded. Like that.
The Resistance factions take a more flexible approach to training than traditional soldiers.
Okay.
You can often learn multiple new abilities with each promotion. They will adapt to follow your choices, Commander.
I guess I need to go back and do that then. That's simple, I suppose.
I certainly hope our propaganda effort is not funded from my research budget.
Like that. We're running and gunning. Watch this cutscene, I suppose.
Hello, Commander. The council you once knew is no more. Its membership have all sworn loyalty to the Advent administration. With one exception. It is good to see you again. In the days since your capture, I have done all I can to aid the Resistance from the inside. It was these Resistance operatives that provided the intel leading to your recent extraction. As of now, Resistance forces are currently somewhat disorganized. If we are to defeat Advent and their alien masters, you must change this before it is too late. What you are seeing are classified reports of missing civilians from across the world. Their numbers are growing. We suspect they have been taken to a nearby Advent black site, though its exact location remains unknown. Time is short, Commander. We need you to take charge of Resistance operations throughout the world. Establish contact with the local cells and bring them into the fold. Find this black site and shut it down. Save our world. The clock is ticking. Good luck, Commander.
New objective added.
Hello,
We're making
Commander.
progress, Commander. I've updated our objectives based on the latest findings.
For now, we'll just have him staff. Okay, so that last one took a lot out of me, which I suppose works fine. Because that'll be it. I think we're gonna wrap up here. Good time despite issues, a good start. And that'll be that for now, I think. Pick it up later.